It will help us if we understand some of the statistics on car buying. I'm going to refer to car buying, but I mean trucks as well. Right now, Americans have $1.58 trillion in auto loans, almost $1.6 trillion. You often hear people talk about the problems with credit cards or student loan debt, but hardly anybody talks about the problems with the volume of auto loans. The average purchase price on a vehicle now is $48,000. $48,000. And the average payment is now over $700 a month. So in my earlier example, when I said a $600 payment, that's actually below average right now. The average length of the loan is also now over 5 years, pushing 6. And the average interest rate is about 6.68. So for our discussion, we're just going to round up to about 7. Let's think about this. The average purchase price, $48,000. The average cost of the payment, over $700. The average interest rate, about 7%. And the length of the loan now exceeds, on average, over 5 years. Now, we need to talk about another factor that's very important, because what we've just talked about was the cost of making this purchase, and this family that I illustrated, we saw how it took away from their cash flow and left very little for all their other expenses. But here's where the hidden part comes in. And this is where we're going to talk about depreciation. Let me define depreciation. Depreciation is simply loss of value. But most people don't think about this as a real cash loss. Depreciation is simply the loss of value on a vehicle. And here's a rule of thumb. A vehicle loses value at the rate of about 50% every 4 years. So for easy math, let's just say a person buys a $40,000 vehicle. This means at the 4-year mark, the vehicle is worth half of that, about $20,000. But at the 8-year mark, it's worth half of 20. It's about $10,000 of value. And at another 4 years, at the 12-year mark, it's worth about $5,000, which, by the way, is a great time to purchase a well-maintained and well-built vehicle. We'll talk about that in a minute. So let's put this together into a scenario that's very common, very typical. Let's say that a person goes and buys this brand new $40,000 vehicle. Now, the first and worst depreciation is as soon as you purchase the vehicle. There's a 10% loss simply getting your name on the title. And there's a reason for that. When a name is on the title, it's no longer a new vehicle. Think about it. You actually can't own a new vehicle. Only dealerships can own new vehicles. As soon as a name is on the title, it's a used vehicle by definition. The question is, how used is your vehicle going to be? So let's say the person buys that $40,000 vehicle. They lose 10% just getting it to the street. Actually, as I said, when their name is on the title, that's $4,000. And then in the first year, they're going to lose 20%. So that's $8,000 on a $40,000 vehicle. Move on out to the 4-year mark, and there's where we hit the 50% mark. They've lost $20,000. Now think about that. That's $5,000 a year of loss. Sometimes people will tell me, I really need something reliable, and that's why I needed to buy new, because it just will cost less to buy new. A well-built older vehicle will never cost $5,000 of repair per year. But a new vehicle will cost that much in depreciation. So you need to understand the statistics behind these loans, and we need to understand depreciation. And now we'll look at a typical scenario.